Hi everyone, it's Heather. So sorry it's so late that I'm posting this, but I honestly have been sorting through the questions that people have been asking me, and I wanted to make a solid video. So I think that this one had, I came up with some solid answers, or some solid questions, let's just say that, and I think that it'll get us started on this vlogging thing. This is my first time doing this video blog, but if you guys have any questions, or if I say something that you guys may not know, or you have questions, please ask me, and I will try to answer them in the next video blog, which will be tomorrow, I hope. So let's get started with the first question, that is, how are you so strong? And it's funny that you say that, or ask me that question, because I don't feel strong at all. I just feel like I'm sick, so I'm taking the medicine. I feel like I'm just doing what I have to do to survive. But I think that all the support and the positive energy that I keep around me is so helpful. I text my friends every day, especially Megan, Joby. I text them all the time, and I will text them just random things. And I have people who come to visit me, um, Steph, Sarah, Amanda, and Jane and her babies are such good therapy. But also, um, you guys are so supportive to my family and I, and that is amazing. Just the messages that I get inbox to me are some of the sweetest things that anyone has ever said to me. How you're there to support me is something that I've never felt before. And my cousins are always there for me too. Um, and if you are from where I live, you know I have a lot of cousins. So they're here every day, and they always take me out and do things. But most of all is my family. My mom is my rock, and I know that you hear me talking about her a lot. But honestly, without her, I wouldn't be anywhere. My mom, my brother, my sister, my dad, my niece, my mom. Some days when I found out I had this again, she would pull the covers off my bed and stand by my bed and be like, "When are we getting out of bed today? I'll wait here." So, um, she's my main rock. But also, um, the next question is, what do you say to someone with cancer? Well, I just think if you ignore the elephant in the room, that you might end up hurting the person's feelings. Like, they might think that you don't care about them, but you really do, and you're just trying to hide your feelings because you don't want to bring it up or talk about it, because maybe they don't want to talk about it. But if you say, "How are you doing?" or "What are the doctors saying?" they'll let you know if they want to talk about it or not, and then you'll have a pretty good idea of how the conversation should go from there. The next question that is going to be really hard for me to answer is, what's the hardest part about having cancer? the hardest part for me is about having cancer is putting your family through it. Because when you get cancer, everyone around you gets it. And I always say refer to we will find out because that's me and my support group. Like, you don't know how bad it really is until you see your best friend hysterically cry in front of you. Or you see your mom, who's the strongest person you know, who doesn't cry at all, just break down. And I think that you never want to put someone through this. And my mom, like, people having to leave work early or just deviate from their normal lives, I hate that I have to put them through this. But they wouldn't trade it for the world, and I know that. But I just think that that's the hardest part about having cancer. The hardest part about having chemo is losing your hair, because then that means you're really sick. You go out in public and people know that you're sick because you have a scarf on your head, or you don't have eyebrows, or you don't have eyelashes. Luckily, I have both still, but I don't have my hair anymore. I do wear wigs and scarves because I think it's important to wear them, because I think that's a big part of me staying positive. Now, that was the last question, but I do want to tell you guys about the scan I had on Wednesday. I had a PET scan, and in the PET scan, what they do is they put nuclear sugar in you, so this way it lights up if you have tumors. So what they do is they basically, it's like a CT scan or an MRI. They lay you on the table, and then they put you through the little machine, and you go in and out. The color you don't want is yellow, but I find out my scan tomorrow, and if the yellow tumors are shrinking, then that means I can continue going through with the stem cell. If they aren't shrinking, then I have to do another round of chemo before the stem cell transplant. And the stem cell transplant, I'm going to be my own donor of stem cells, so it takes easier or better, and I'll be in isolation for 3 to 4 weeks. But the stem cell, you still have 6 days of chemo to do because you have to wipe out your whole entire system. So hopefully I find out tomorrow that everything is shrinking and I can continue to go with the stem cell. Now, tomorrow I have to have a series of tests. One of them is called the PFT, a pulmonary function test. In this test, you get in a little tunnel and you blow into like a hose with your nose plugged, which is the hardest thing ever, because I always breathe out my nose. Because you know those people who breathe out their mouth and they always got their mouth open. It's like, what are you doing? So it's so hard for me. And also, I don't have the greatest lung capacity anyways from the radiation, because I have a hole in my lung from the scar of the radiation. So it's like, why do you need this test? Because you already know that my lung capacity isn't like a normal 27-year-old. But they need it because the chemo I'm having can really hurt your lungs. The next test I have to have tomorrow is called an echocardiogram, which basically is a sonogram of your heart. So that's not bad at all. And I guess this chemo could really affect your heart too. With the last chemo I had could too. My main message for tonight, is why I'm wearing this scarf. And my niece gave me this scarf because she knows my favorite color is purple, and also because of the stars. Because I always tell her, no matter where we are, if we're far apart, we look up at the same sky. We're always looking up at the same sky, no matter where we are. And I think that that's important to realize for those of you who have people who are far away, or loved ones who you don't see all the time, that no matter where you are, you're always looking at the same bright sky. So remember to be good to one another, and also remember to send your questions to me and I will answer them. I think this blog thing is going to be a good idea. And also, everyone, thank you for everything you've done for my family, and I really can't thank you enough. Also, have a great day tomorrow in TJS. God bless you guys.